And welcome to our channel. Today is actually March the 23rd, 2017. As you can see, I'm outside in my backyard once again, like I usually am, and just enjoying this beautiful day in Mississippi. Today's episode is about the twin flame journey. What is a twin flame journey? Are you in a twin flame relationship or are you in a soulmate relationship? There's nothing wrong with being in either relationship. But let me tell you what the twin flame journey is, because twin flames relationships and soulmate relationships are completely different. Let me tell you a little bit about soulmate relationships. Soulmate relationships are a little bit more easier. Soulmates usually tend to get along with each other easier. They don't have as many ups and downs in relationships. It's a little bit more soothed, selling. And I know you're probably saying, well, I want a soulmate relationship, not a twin flame relationship. Well, soulmate relationship is also about you all healing each other as well as a twin flame relationship. But the difference is that once your soulmate relationship is over with and you all have completed you all's contract with each other, it's over with and you all move on to your next soulmate, or you might find your twin flame, because usually your soulmate gets you ready for your twin flame. Or, even you might be in between a break, in between your twin flame relationship, and it might be preparing you to get back into your twin flame relationship. So, soulmates are, do not discredit soulmates at all. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just telling you the difference between them and what the twin flame relationship is. Well, the twin flame journey isn't just about love. That's all good and dandy. There's peaches and cream. That's the wonderful part about it. The bubble love phase is the really, really wonderful part about it. Because the bubble love phase is this love that you have between this person, you and this person. It's like a love you've never experienced before. And it's really passionate. It's really strong. And no love, I don't care if you fall in love before or if you fall in love after you met your twin, the love will never be the same. So it's because your soul knows each other. You have that exact identical signature to that soul. So, their whole soul and your complete soul, masculine and feminine. And like I said before in a past episode, that does not mean that you're going to have a male and a female. You can have two females, you can have two males. It depends on the energy, the actual frequency, the energy, not the actual body. So you can actually have a male and a female relationship, and that female be the masculine and that male be the feminine. So that really doesn't even matter. So don't think that much in 3D terms. Think, a little bit more, I guess you would say in 5D terms. Think above the norm, what you would think as far as the human body. But just think about frequencies. And so, but the journey isn't about just love. Sure, it's a wonderful love, like I said before, but it's a love that's teaching you to also love yourself. When me and my twin met each other, we had a lot of internal demons. I was severely depressed. He was severely depressed too. And so we met each other at a time in our lives that we didn't think we were going to meet each other, of course, And it was crazy because I was almost 300 pounds then, and I'm looking like, I'm surprised this guy even talked to me because I was almost 300 pounds. And there were some things that I did not like about him. I'm surprised I even talked to him. But when it's a twin flame relationship, it doesn't matter if you are severely overweight. It doesn't matter if you're broke. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. And so it's because it's the love. It's not the external things. It's that signature, that soul knows you. I met this guy. Actually, let me tell you the funny thing about how I met this guy. I met him online. And so we've been living in the same city for a while. Never saw him. And I didn't find it until later that I saw him a few times, probably accidentally, like in a store or something. And so after he passed away, we talked about that a little bit. But I never met him before. And so I was on this dating website. He was on this website for years, and I was probably on it for about 2 years. And so we never contacted each other. And so one day he contacted me, and he was just straight up. He was like, "What are you looking for?" He was like, "I'm looking for a relationship. I'm not, down for any games, blah, blah." And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm looking for a relationship too. So, okay. So anyways, so I was like, okay, I got on the phone with him, and I kind of didn't like the way he sounded on the phone because I didn't like Larry's accent. And so I didn't think I was gonna like him at all. And so I was like, oh, okay, I don't think I'm really gonna feel this guy. But I'm like, okay, let me just roll with it. And the crazy thing about it is that he lived 20 minutes from my house in the country, way off. And around this time, I was watching the ID channel, and I didn't go anywhere. I actually had a chance a few months prior to go to Las Vegas. I was afraid to go to Las Vegas because I was watching the ID channel, and I was just freaked out about somebody kidnapping me. And so I went on this dark road to this guy's house at night. Well, it was getting dark or whatever, because it was in the winter time and fall time. And so I drove to this house, wasn't even afraid, didn't have like 1 ounce of fear in me, which was crazy. Stood out there, and so and we talked for like ever. We talked for hours. And actually, my friend girl, my phone, I had a real raggedy phone then, and so my friend girl, I got her to call me like every 10 minutes. Oh, she told me to call her every 10 minutes, and if I don't call her and within like 10 to 15 minutes, then therefore she's gonna call the cops. I gave her the address and everything. And so I called her, and then I think it ended up being like every 20 minutes or so. And so it was like almost 12 o'clock. She was like, look, if he ain't killed you by now, he's not gonna kill you, so I'm about to go to bed. So before that happened or whatever, he answered the phone, and he said, let me talk to her. So he talked to her. He was like, give me the phone. And so he was like, I've already killed her. I put her in the trunk. I'm about to bury her body. And she was like, don't play with me. I have your address. I'm about to send the cops out there. And so he was like, let you speak to her. So we got on the phone. So she was like, look, he hadn't killed you all the time. He's not going to kill you. I'm about to go to bed. So I actually didn't leave his house until probably about maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know, 1 or 2. And we just sat out there talking, and we had a good time. We had a great time. And we just connected on so many levels. And I was shocked. I was really shocked. And so I thought the relationship wasn't going to go anywhere, actually, because I did something I shouldn't have did. I know I'm finna get ready to put this on YouTube. I don't care. I don't care what people say. I slept with him the first night, okay? So I'm looking like, oh my God, I fucked this up. I'm not finna, excuse my language. This isn't about to go anywhere. But the thing about twin flames, it doesn't matter if you do end up screwing the first night, if you end up screwing 10 nights later. Usually with twin flames, you don't wait that long to actually have sex, because your signature, your souls know each other. And so it's not like you just meeting someone and just having a fling and just having sex with them. And so I thought I messed it up. And so, like I said, he was calling me every day, and he wanted to hang out. And so it's like, okay, we just kept hanging out. And so I was just like, I asked him one day, I'm like, okay, so what are we doing? Before I can even get the words out of my mouth, he was like, we're in a relationship. So I'm looking like, okay, wow, okay, we're in a relationship. So I need to know, so I can, before I develop any kind of, true feelings for him, even though I was already having some kind of feelings toward him, I was like, I need to know before I even get any further down the line. But we both knew, our souls both knew. It's so much. I could sit here and talk forever about our relationship, the good part of our relationship. I can even tell you about the bad part, which I will tell you about later, because I have nothing to hide. But the twin flame dynamic is not your usual dynamic, and it's about healing. It's about you healing yourself, about them healing, about him or her healing herself, so you all can spiritually grow and become something more, and so you all can help other people heal themselves. So therefore, I'm gonna fast forward all the way down into when he passed away. Well, we did break up. I'm gonna tell you that we did break up. And we broke up. We were together for 11 months, and we broke up for pretty much almost 11 months. I guess she was like 11 months. We were together for a day, so a day before he passed away. So, and then he passed away the next day. So I mean, actually, I had to, when we broke up, that we needed that break, because I had to learn how to love myself. And so even though Larry loved me, he had to learn how to love. He had to learn how to be loved. My love wasn't the love that he needed to teach him how to be loved. So I loved him truly, but how could I honestly, truly love him? Well, I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't love myself. I had real bad self-esteem issues, and I was really depressed, severely depressed. And so he had issues too. He had self-esteem issues. He dealt with depression. He was in the military. You know how the military can be when you come back. So he dealt with that internally. And I seen this guy break down several times about the stuff that happened in war or whatever. And so we both had internal demons that we had to heal. And so it was just that break. That break was really needed, because even though we were on a break, we should have been completely, just separated. We tried to stay away from each other. We really did. And so, but it didn't last long. So, of course, you know, we were still messing around, whatever. But I got to the point that I was tired because he got in a relationship with someone else, which is one of his soulmates. And so, I can honestly, openly talk to you about this because I have no kind of nothing towards it or whatever. I am thankful for everything in our journey. I'm thankful for her coming to, you know, the part of our journey that she did, that she came. Because ultimately, he helped her and she helped him heal as well. So, you know, she had to teach him how to love himself, and he couldn't learn that with me. He had to learn it on his own. I had to learn how to love myself. I couldn't learn how to love myself with being with him. So he had to learn how to be loved, and she showed him that, and how to love as well. So their relationship, you know, shaped him, and so that ultimately, when he came back, he was ready when we got back together, and so, and I was ready, and so I got to the point that I was tired of doing this whole little, you know, messing around. I'm not gonna do this anymore. And even after the fact, after I was like, okay, I'm not having sex with you anymore, we would still hang out. He still wanted to be around me. We wasn't having sex or anything. He still wanted to hang out and stuff like that. But I was just tired of just being physically drained, because I really love this guy. And so I remember the day that I told him goodbye for good. I had told him goodbye so many times, and so I had texted him and told him goodbye so many times, all kind of stuff. And so this time I went out there. I was like, I got in my car and I was boosting my stuff up, listening to this song, and I think it was called Blackbird or something. And the whole time I was there talking to him, I was listening to the song too, because I was just like, okay, I gotta say goodbye. I gotta do this. And so I went in the house, you know, and I kind of regretted it at the time, but everything happens for a reason. I was really cold to him. I was really, really cold, but I had to be cold because I had to push him off. I was like, no, I can't talk to you anymore. And so he knew I meant business, because the way I did it and the way I shut down, and I was just like, I'm gone. I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I deserve, you know, better than this. And the crazy thing about it is that he really messed up himself, because he turned on 2 songs, and one was Evanescence, Going Under, and then he turned on it was his country song, I guess he was trying to woo me with. That didn't work. And then then it was Evanescence, Going Under. And then it was Justin Timberlake, This Is How We Say Goodbye. So at the end, when he played that, I'm looking like, okay, this is my chance to go, because I was already being cruel and being rude to him. I didn't let him touch me. He tried to kiss me. I'm like, no, nothing, no. And so he was shocked when I was going to leave. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna go. And so I'm looking like, and so when we got ready to hug, the song came on and said, This Is How We Say Goodbye. So we hugged exactly at that moment when it said, you know, This Is How We Say Goodbye. If that's not a sync, I don't know what is. And so anyways, you know, I can smile about this now. I can smile about the good times, the bad times, because everything that happens in our life, in our relationships, if it's in our relationships, if it's in life in general, it's to make us, not break us. If you let it break you, then you know it breaks you. But if you don't, you let it make you, then you can rise above it. You can laugh at it. You can smile at it, because you know that it made you into the person that you are now. And so after that, after I told him goodbye, and I was getting ready to leave, and so my car, like, it didn't want to crank up. I'm looking like, oh my God, I'm looking like the devil want me to go back inside the house and want me to go ask this guy for help. So I'm looking like, I went back out there and I cranked my car up, and so it cranked. I'm like, okay, I left. So I ended up calling him and leaving out, and I was just like, I left the door open for us to be friends. I said, if you ever decide to know how to be a true friend, then you know we can be friends, because we always wanted to be in each other's life. Even when we broke up, we was like, well, even if we don't be together, we are always going to be each other's life. We was like, when my dog passed away, she's still living, she outlived him. He wanted her to be buried in his backyard, and so he was just like, you know, you're going to bury, and every time we used to get into it, he'd be like, no, my dog is not being buried in your house. And he was like, stop doing that, I love that dog to death. And so and I'm going to tell you guys about that too, because my dog knew that was my twin before I even realized it, before I even knew what a twin was. But you know, animals sense souls, and they sense the energy and everything. And so anyway, so I was just like, you know, I called him, whatever. I was like, I said, if you still want to be friends, then you know what, we can be friends. I said, but if you can't, you know, just, you know, talk platonically to me and we just be cool, then you know what, then just forget about it. And then so when I tried to call him, he didn't answer the phone. And then so when I called back, you could tell that he had been crying, and you could hear it in his voice, and he was just like, trying to be tough. And I'm like, and so I told him that. And then I was like, also too, I said, look, I said, my gynecologist appointment is coming up. If I have anything, I'm doing something to you. And I knew I didn't have anything. I just had to throw that in there and mess with him. So But yeah, but so anyway, so that's how I completely cut it off. And so we stopped talking. And so actually, it was something going on in my car. And I asked him, could he fix my car? And then so he was like, he was coming down here or something. He was when he was lying about he was staying out of town or some bull crap and all that bull crap, but he wasn't. And so I was just like, I was like, okay, so when? And I'm never short with him. I've always been the type of person that write out my texts, complete sentences, pretty much. And he used to call me a little novelist. He'd be like, okay, you about to write a novel? When I used to go off on him, I used to talk to him, you about to write a novel? And so I was just like one word. And so he knew it was pretty much cutthroat off then. So then he tried to call me for my birthday, the weekend of my birthday party, and tried to get me to come over there to his house. But I did not go. I was at the boat. And this is the night that he told me that after he passed away, one of my good medium friends, she helped me after he passed away, confirmed and told me some things that he said when he was here. And we was on the phone, we was going back and forth arguing or whatever, and he was like, I'm ready to leave this place or whatever. I'm looking like, what are you talking about? He was like, I'm going out of space or something. And I said, you know what, you going out of space, Larry, or whatever. And then so he was like, no, you come with me. I'm looking like, no. I'm like, it's only one Earth. We only have one planet. I'm like, people are getting tickets to get ready to go to Mars, but they're not there yet. So I'm going to be on Earth, and you go wherever you plan on going or whatever. And then so we would laugh, and we was back and forth, and we was hanging up each other's face. And so he finally called me back, and he was like, just shut up, just hold up. And I was like, okay, what? And he was like, I don't care what anybody says or whatever. No woman can ever make me stop loving you, blah, blah. And I'm looking like, okay, whatever. I don't want to hear this game, whatever. But I knew deep down inside he really meant it. It's just, he had to work on himself, and we had to be apart for him to grow. And so, I actually thank her for that. And he helped her as well. It's just the twin flame journey is amazing. It's not just about, you all's love for each other. You share this love. It's about you loving everything. It's about you loving everyone. So don't feel bad if you and your twin end up being on a break, you end up breaking up, and they end up being with someone else, and you might be with someone else. It's a reason for that. Take that time for you to grow yourself, because when you're healing yourself, you're also, alternatively healing your twin as well. So while I was healing myself, I was doing myself a favor. He was being healed. She was helping him, and me healing myself was also healing him as well. So it's just a whole little dynamic, the twin flame journey. And now we're able to help other twins and other souls that have lost their twin. And so after he passed away, I remember looking up online after he, led me to find out what we were to each other. I remember looking up online about twin flames after they passed away and things like that. And so I could never find anything about information about twins after they passed away. So now, thank God, it's a lot of more information out there, and we have a website for that. And we have a private Facebook group, and we also have a Facebook page. And so we're just trying to put the information out there about what twins are for, and everybody agree on the same thing, because the thing that I've learned about this journey is spirituality. It's nothing like religion, and I love it, because no one is telling you what to think. You find these things out for yourself, and then you go back and read it and be like, dang, I found it out myself. I experienced this. This is true. So you find out that it's true. Everything is not exactly the same, but for the most part, everything is, on the same track. And so twins, once they pass away, they're here to help you on the other side. And so actually we're a better team as far as helping others with him being on the other side. And his soul, he had a chance to come back when he was in the hospital, and he didn't. And so I know some people probably get upset when I say that, but I'm not lying. Nothing is into it. It just is what it is. But your soul deep down inside, your soul knows that, it was time for him to go. He knew it was time for him to go. He knew it was time for him to go before he even realized it himself. Like I said in another episode, he was seeing 9/11 everywhere, and 9/11 means completion. And so at first I thought it had something to do with him being in the military, and he was seeing it, but it wasn't. And then I read something. He had me always researching stuff for him. I was his little research on everything, because I love researching stuff, and I've always been a person of science anyway. And he knew we always talked about crazy stuff anyway. But I found something that said something on this Christian website that you were going to be a soldier in God's army. So he was seeing this sign before. So it was, his soul was preparing himself to go. And so I'm so thankful that we were at peace and we got back together the day before he passed away. If you see any pictures of Larry anywhere, And even pictures that we taken in the past together when we worked together, the happiest I've ever seen him was in all those pictures we took that night. That boy soul was happy. He was whole. He was complete. He did his duty here, helping mankind. He was in the military. He did his duty here, and now he's studying helping mankind on the other side, but helping me to help other souls heal. And so, because we work together all the time, and I'm always asking him for advice. And let me explain something to you guys. When I talk about me and Larry talking, it's not like just me sitting down talking to my best friend or whatever. Even though some conversations are a little bit more fluent than, some conversation I would have with other spirits, because we are one and the same. But some conversations I have to be myself. I have to be internally calmed down for me to understand what he's saying, because sometimes I'll get messages screwed up about what he's saying or what my spirit guides are saying. But I'm getting better and better. The more I practice, the more I get in tune with my own self, with my higher self, I'm getting better. And so I'm just just growing into my gifts. And so, but all twin flames too. Everyone has a spiritual gift. You just have to open it up. But if you and your twin reincarnate in the same lifetime, just know you have that spiritual gift that's right there on the surface. You just have to find out what it is, and you have to find out and be able to tap into it. You have to be willing to tap into it. And so him passing away jump started my spiritual awakening. And before, I didn't even realize, before he passed away, I was going through all these physical pain. I have a lot of health problems, but I was going through a lot of physical pain and didn't even know why. And I was going through a spiritual awakening then and didn't even realize it. And I was having all this joint pain. Doctors can't find out what's going on and all kind of things like that. They're running all kind of tests, can't find out anything. And I'm just like, I'm tired of them running tests and can't find out what's going on. But I was going through a spiritual awakening. And I will do another episode too that will give you signs of spiritual awakening, because once you're going through a spiritual awakening, you will have a lot of physical symptoms. And even when you have awoken and you're going through ascension, you still go through these physical symptoms because your body, your DNA is trying to upgrade. You're trying to get on that frequency of light, of that lighter vibration. And so the twin flame journey is a magnificent journey. Excuse me, you guys. It's a magnificent journey. And so it's about healing, and you all have to heal yourself. And I'm saying this for the twins that are still here and their twin is here. I don't want you guys to just focus on your twin. If you all are not in the bubble love phase of your relationship, or if you're not in reunion, if you're separated, if you're in the runner chaser phase, I want you guys to work on yourself. Don't worry about what your twin doing. Don't worry about if they're with someone else. Don't worry about that. You work on yourself. And when you do that, you will see everything will come around. And if it's meant for you guys to be back together in this lifetime, you will be back together. If not, it might be another lifetime. It might happen like mine did. We got back together the day before he passed away. We were cool 3 weeks before he passed away. Conversating back and forth, because I started back talking to him because my friend girl needed her car fixed. She called me, and I thought she was asking me to call him or whatever. And so I was like, I'm not finna call him. So, So I just snapped off on her, and she wasn't even trying to get me to call him to fix, help him fix their car. She wanted the number, and so I was just going off. So I gave her the number, and so I ended up going out there with her. And of course, I went out there. I had a little cute, had my little shorts on. It was hot outside, and so he was looking hot himself, working out on the car. He was looking hot. Those pretty blue eyes of his, and so I was just like, I texted him after, and I was flirting with him, and I was just like, you're looking hot, working on the car. And we, just talked back and forth, laughing or whatever. And so we talked for 3 weeks, just text off and on. And then, so the day before, he passed away came. And so he decided to hang out with me, and we didn't have any plans on getting back together. It was just supposed to be strictly platonic, nothing. And it was just going to be me, him, and my friend girl, and her boyfriend. We're just going to hang out, because he never met her boyfriend before, and he met her. He's always called her white girl, and his butt was white, and I don't know why he called her that, but anyway, that was his little crazy thing. And so but we had a good time tonight. We had a really awesome time that night. And actually, if you go look on our Facebook, not on our Facebook page, actually on our website, you will see pictures of us. We were together before we broke up, and then the picture of that night he has a blue shirt on. So if you go look at those pictures, you will just see his soul is on fire. His soul, his spirit is just on fire. So he was happy. He was really, really happy, and he did not suffer. Once we died traumatically, because it was an accident. It was an accident. The gun went off, and he accidentally shot himself. The gun went off, and it hit his femoral artery, and so he pretty much bled. And so let me tell you one thing about me. And I used to regret this a lot because I'm looking like, why didn't I do anything? I went to vet tech school. I know a little something about, medical things. And so why didn't I try to stop the blood or whatever? Well, it wasn't meant for me to do that. And I've come to terms with that. And, he never have any, he never felt any kind of way about me not doing that. But the thing about me is when it's something that happens to somebody I love or something I love, even my pets, even though I went to vet tech school, I freak out. I panic. I just go in straight panic mode. So I freeze and I can't do anything. Now, if it's somebody else's dog or somebody else, that, I'm not closer to, I can jump into survival mode. But I just freeze. And so I'm just sitting here crying and I'm rubbing his back and I'm like, baby, please don't die. And he actually, after he passed away, he told me he was standing there over me when I was rubbing him. And the last words that he said when he hit the floor, because when the gun went off, I thought it hit his foot and he fell because it happened so quick. It's just like, boom, just happened. And so we were in the room and it was me and my friend girl's boyfriend in the room, and she was in the kitchen fixing the last little shot. And so we were talking, and all of a sudden he went to go take the gun out, and I guess to put it on the dresser. And the thing about it is that it was just his time to go, because Larry showed me Larry has always been safe with guns all the time, even when he's always been safe with guns. And so that's why I was just so crazy. I'm looking like, how in the hell did this happen? He's always put the safety on the gun and everything. Well, boom, the gun went off, and so I thought it hit the floor, and then when he fell, I thought it hit the foot, and I'm just frozen, I'm just panicked, and so I couldn't even look down yet. And then so he hit the floor, and he was like, his last words was like, my friend girl was calling the cops, and her boyfriend was like, call the cops and all that. And then so he was like, no, I'm okay. He said something about, no, I'm okay. And so those weren't the exact words, but his soul was at peace, and you could tell he was pretty much saying that I'm okay. I'm going home, going where, I'm supposed to be. And so I thought he was okay, but I knew he wasn't, but I was just in shock. And so then I saw the blood, I'm down there, and then all of a sudden, we're trying to figure out what to do. The people were like, don't move him on the phone. The ambulance was like, don't move him. And then he started gasping for breath, and I'm sitting up here crying to death. I'm just crying. I'm like, oh my God, baby, please don't die. Just stay with me. I'm just rubbing his back and stuff like that. And so, me seeing his death, that traumatic event actually jump-started my spiritual awakening. And it was meant from him. It was meant for him to be there. It was meant for me to be there. It was meant for us to be together. It was meant for us to become one again before he passed away. And so, I didn't mean to get back together with him at night, and I'm pretty sure he didn't mean the same thing either. But my friend girl boyfriend was just like, he was like, he said, so I see the chemistry between y'all or something, so why aren't y'all together? And we both were just like, finances. So we broke up because of finances. That was the 3D reason why we broke up. The real reason why we broke up, the spiritual reason, was because we were supposed to break up. We had to heal internally. So yeah, finances played, a big role 3D wise, because, we got this place together and he was helping me pay the bills, and then his money had started getting a little funny, and so we would argue about bills. And so that's the 3D reason why we broke up. And so yeah, but it's just really amazing. This journey that I've been on is really amazing. And so yeah, but we got back together, and my friend girl boyfriend was like, so Gabrielle, do you love Larry? And I held my head down, being shy like that. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't plan on saying anything. It just came out. And then so I was like, yeah, or whatever. And then so he was like, Larry, do you love Gabby? And he was like, so my friend girl, when he gets mad, he used to grind his teeth. And so when I cut him off before he was even able to say anything, I was like, no, he has a girlfriend. And then so he was grinding his teeth because he was mad because I was saying it. And he was like, yes, I do. And then so it was just crazy, because the things that we were saying, we were both saying I do, like we were saying vows or some shit, ironically. And so that was a wonderful night. I will always cherish that night until I die, until I go back to the other side and I'm with him. And like I said before in my other episode, I've actually seen us after I pass away. So I met this guy in my dreams. I met this guy in a premonition as a kid. So I've seen us on the other side. So I've seen us looking down on our kids actually before. This vision I had of us when I was a kid in a dream, it's really amazing. And I just want you guys to know this is a spiritual journey. You might not be at the place you want to be spiritually, but you can get there. I want you guys to work on yourself. Don't worry about what your twin is doing. Let him do him. Let her do her. If he's running, if she's running, let them run. You know, because they're running because they're not healed inside as well. He's always telling me this is one of the best relationships I've ever been in, and I'm always thinking about, like, we never argue. Like, we never thought we argued, but everybody else, when we talked and we were heated with each other because of our chemistry, people thought we were arguing, but we weren't. And so if you were to ask him, if he was physically here right now, you asked him, did y'all argue a lot? He would say no. Because to us, it wasn't arguing. It was like debates. And so sometimes he would do stuff and say stuff to make me piss off because he knew I was a debater. I was debating about anything. And so he used to debate with me about stuff that I knew what I was talking about. And then he used to do that on purpose. So, but I mean, it's just an amazing journey. And I've also met people inside of our group that have actually met their twin after. They've never met their twin in the physical form. They met their twin after their twin passed away. They might have reincarnated in the same lifetime, but they never physically met. So I have several people in our group that have met their twins after they passed away, and so, you know, it's just an amazing journey. And so if you're on this twin flame journey, be thankful. Be grateful, because everyone has a twin, but everyone does not reincarnate with their twin. So you might have some twin souls down here, like I told you in another episode. Twin souls are completely different from twin flames. Twin souls are actually a signature that's closely related to your twin flame, but it's not your twin flame. We have 12. Each twin flame has 12 twin souls of their own. So you know, that'll be your closely. I think I said in another episode before, and I'm gonna say it again just in case you haven't watched that episode. Your twin souls are like your siblings. Your twin flame, think of that as like your identical twin. So you all were born together, identical twins, and then think about your parent had other siblings, and so those are actually your twin souls. And then think about your soulmates as those cousins and those first cousins, and think about those karmic mates, those relationships that are really toxic for us. Those are really like your, say, cousins down the line, because ultimately we are all related. We all came from source. We're all related. It doesn't matter what color you are, we're all related, because ultimately our soul has no color. Our soul does not have a race. And so this is an amazing journey. And if you guys have any questions, if it's something you want me to go over about the twin flame journey, just leave your comments down here in this video. I'll be happy to go over it if I know anything about it. And I'm learning so much more on this journey myself. I've been through so much physically, mentally. I mean, like, I have been through a lot, and I am such a better place, you know, now. And I just want to say, you know, Larry, you know, you're here with me. I love you, and I thank you for everything that you have done, everything that you continue to do for me. And this year is gonna be our year. This year is gonna be our year. And so yeah. So peace and love, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let me know about your twin flame journey. I'm gonna put the link down for our website. Read the articles that I have on our website about the twin flame journey before and after your twin passes away. I also have another video about signs that I did the other day from the afterlife, that your loved ones, once they're passed over, are trying to give you signs. I also have an article on there on the website as well that has some more signs that I didn't label. And so just, you know, you guys, just tell me about you all's journey. I want to know about you all. Like I said, I want to see you all evolve like me. I'm evolving. I want to see you all evolve. From a year from now, I want to see where everyone is at, you know. So peace and love, you guys. You guys have a wonderful day, and this is a really nice day out here. I'm about to get ready to call my friend girl to see what she's doing so we can go to the gym. I gotta lose this weight that I put on. As you guys can see, I gotta lose this weight I put on. I actually looked at a picture from last year. My stomach was skinnier than this on this day, so you know what, I gotta get back there because my birthday is April 20th. Cusp. I am a Taurus and Aries, so yes, 420. But yeah, but hold on, before I go, let me tell you guys about my dog. How my dog knew he was my twin before I even knew. Now, my dog has never really liked guys, never. I don't know why. I had her since she was little. She was like 6 or 8 weeks, and she never liked guys. And so, only guy she'd ever liked was the guy that she was raised around. And so, every guy that came in this house, she had to get used to them. This guy came in my house the first darn night. She was in her cage, and that's when she was mostly aggressive when she was in her cage. She was in her cage. She barked for a split second. He went over there. I'm like, don't put your hand over there now. She might try to bite you. He went over there, put his hand over there, ended up taking the dog out of the cage, petting her and everything. I'm looking like, is this damn dog crazy? I'm like, what is going on? And so she knew right then and there. She knew that signature. She knew that soul was the masculine part of my soul. And also too, this twin flame journey is about finding balance. So if your twin is here and you all are still living, like now my soul is completely balanced. I have this masculine energy running through me, which is his energy, and I have my feminine energy running through me. So if you can become balanced souls together, even if you are in union together with your twin here, or even if you are separated, you can become, because you have finally met your twin in this lifetime. So therefore, you know your opposite, your masculine form or your feminine form. So therefore, you can become whole. You have to heal yourself, and once you start healing yourself, you'll start to calling in that masculine, whatever part that you're not, you'll start calling that in, and that's how ultimately you get back in union form with your twin. And so, there's a lot of soul work you have to do, internal work. And so, but my dog, it was like, she just knew this guy and she never tried to attack him. He used to take her walking and everything. And so even like when we had broken up, and like if he didn't come over for weeks or whatever, like people come in that she hadn't seen for a while, guys, she would still bark like crazy sometimes. But she never did that to him, and he loved that dog to death. And we just knew that she was gonna pass away before him, and we was gonna bury her in his backyard. But she's still here. She's still hanging on with me, and I know that she's gonna leave before I do, and she'll be over there with her father then. But now she's still hanging in with me. You know, I'm curing her of her cancer. She has cancer, and you guys, energy healers, send positive energy toward my baby, my loved one, and because she's gonna hang in there. I have a good feeling she's gonna be here for a little while, and I'm claiming it. And so but she knew before I knew. And like when we broke up, I thought to myself, I'm like, I was so mad at him. I'm like, so what's wrong with my crazy ass dog? She must have been on drugs that day or something, because I'm sorry for my language, she must have been on drugs, because she wasn't even barking at this guy when she first met him, and she never tries to bark at him or bite him or anything. So, but she knew that was her mom, and her mom's signature soul. So also be aware of your animals around too. Your animals know things that we don't know, because we're not in tune into nature, into frequency like animals are. And so animals are more in tune into spirit, and my cat sees spirits all the time in my house. When I'm communicating with Larry or my spirit guides, I'm doing a reading for someone, here comes my little black and white cat Klaus running up towards me. And so he loves the energy of spirits. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and love.